Packer and Durham on a Tuesday. Guys, right here on the ACC Network, Sirius XM 371. All right, let's go down to Tallahassee, Florida. You said you saw him last week.
I did.
I miss Coach.
We had a nice visit, about 15 minutes on Monday night.
Man,
it was great.
I missed him.
Love talking to Coach Ham.
I'm glad we got him on, though. He's back in the top 25 like he always
Again.
is. Nothing's changed. Coach, how we doing?
We're doing just fine. Just trying. Hey, I'm undefeated. I'm happy.
Now, wait a second. Here, this is your you're in the top 20 again, third time in the top 25 in the last 4 years. So can we now stop with the new bloods thing? Are we still new blood here? I mean, what are we – you're getting to be old hat at this.
No, we're new bloods on steroids now. Now we get a little recognition.
I know better than that. And you know what? Every year you got a couple guys, they go on to the NBA making a gazillion dollars. And you know what? Every year you find guys, you're like, man, where is Leonard finding these dudes? So with that said, Coach, it was like one of our themes last week because nobody knows what a roster looks like. Give me 2 or 3 guys that you've already seen in practice that may be a surprise for the rest of us because we haven't seen your guys play yet, that we can anticipate, hey, you know what? So-and-so may be a really, really good player. Who are those guys?
Well, I think, one of the unique things about our club is that we have some good veterans returning that really are giving us tremendous leadership. Malik Osborne and Anthony Polite and Wyatt Wilkes. I mean, the surprise has been Wyatt Wilkes because he's playing at a level that really, really excites me. But we have 4 freshmen. We have 5 or 6 first-year players. Naheem McLeod, we have Caleb Mills, Cam Fletcher, Jalen Worley, Matthew Cleveland. Those guys are first-year guys, and they're the reason if we're gonna have a successful year. Those are gonna be the guys who have stepped up. And, normally most people win with their 1 through 5. We win basically 1 through 10, 1 through 11, because of the way we play. And in order for us to be effective in the system that we like to use, we need the quality of our depth to be playing well. And I expect those guys to step up. They're making tremendous progress. We're not anywhere close to being there yet. But I like to think by January, we could be a pretty good basketball team.
So you mentioned some of these young guys, Cleveland in particular. I'm fascinated about Mills, who missed virtually all of last year at Houston and transfers into your program. Worley looks like a positionless guy who is kind of in your wheelhouse for a development standpoint. You've got a nice mix now of young and old here. When I say young and old, I mean guys new to the program, guys who've been with the program. So how important is this run-up to the start of the season next month in terms of integration and chemistry for those guys?
Well, the first thing, we never put a starting unit together. We mix our guys up every day with different groups of guys. And I failed to mention Talon DeGum. I didn't bring him up, but he's made a pretty good adjustment as well. We think the quality of our depth is the strength of our team, along with gosh, I don't know how I could miss Evans. I guess that means I'm getting old. Evans is steady and doing a great job for us. But I think we're basically where we have been. We have kind of a culture that we developed, and right now, this year will be a reflection of how we've been bringing guys along, allowing them to get experience, and when the guys ahead of them move on, these guys step in, and I feel pretty good about where we are.
Coach, from a fan's perspective, I don't know if we've ever been in a more confusing time in college basketball just because nobody knows what a roster looks like. But from your perspective, how does this feel different than maybe years past? Maybe it doesn't. You tell me from where you stand on the court.
Well, I feel really good about the experienced guys returning. Even I have 2 walk-ons and Harrison and Justin. those guys contribute so much. It's the culture that we've been able to develop, that work ethic, and the unselfish spirit that our guys seem to enjoy playing against. So I feel pretty good because it seems as though our plan is working. We can be void of injuries. I think we have a chance to be a good basketball team this year and represent our league in a good fashion. We
What do you
lost some
think
pretty
that?
good guys.
Yeah, what you bring guys in though to replace guys, and the guys you lose are talented guys, the ones that go to the league, or even guys that seek a higher ground, if you will, or another ground to play. In this volatile world of basketball, you do such a good job of putting guys together. I mean, you and your staff always find that mix. So does it evolve more into the regular season than it used to in terms of finding that continuity with your team because of the turnover with rosters and things like that we're all going through?
Well, we're all going through a change. And I think the fact that we play a lot of guys, I think helps us. We don't rely. Most people play 7 players, and if they have to play the 8th one, they will. That philosophy doesn't work for us. And so we are kind of unknown. I'm surprised that guys are recognizing us because you never really know. We don't have guys that put big numbers up. And so most of the time people recognize you as a result of the new young players that you're bringing in and the recognition that those guys have gotten in high school or wherever they're coming from. It's confusing now because of the transfer portal and so many guys going one and done. And now it's kind of hard to figure out, predict who's going to be good enough. But we just try to be who we are, and we can stay uh, within our system. We think each year we can compete. We have to find a unique way because of the strength of our conference. I mean, regardless of how you're picked in the preseason, every year you playing against guys that the games are just dogfights right down to the end. So you have to prepare for such, and you're gonna have an injury. You're gonna have something unfortunate happen. That's just the way it goes. Somebody gonna catch the flu at the wrong time, turn an ankle, what have you. And so we try to prepare for that because we have not had that much room for error.
He's trying to incorporate new bloods back into this conversation. Have you noticed that? Because he started talking about rosters and new guys, and we got to get people together. Everybody's new, so he's trying to go back to new bloods, even though,
We will maintain that. The new blood recognition is as a result of the respect we have for the ACC. I mean, when you think about it, you think about the success that the programs have had and the recognition they received for 65 or 70 years. I keep reminding you guys. Florida State was in the Dixie Conference, they were in the Metro Conference, and they were independent. While everyone else was competing in the Big Ten, the SEC, and the ACC. So basically, we're gonna be new bloods for a long time because we were not. We just been invited to the party.
Coach, we are sworn to secrecy until at least 9 a.m. about all the preseason polls for the teams, first team, second team, all ACC. So I'm not going to tell you the information. You're not getting it out of me. But if you had a vote, where would you put Florida State in the pecking order of the 15 teams in the league?
I think I put us in the top 4 with and those 4 teams. Either one of them could be number 1, 2, 3, or 4. That's what I would do. I think that we have some teams that are really, really good in our league. Some teams. I think Notre Dame is going to be much better. I think North Carolina is going to be outstanding with their full guards returning, and everybody respects Duke. And Miami is going to be better than what they've been. And it looks like North Carolina State's roster is full, and we really blew out Wake Forest last year in overtime. so I expect them to be improved, and they're telling me that they've improved their roster. Syracuse, Louisville. It's just this is the nature of our league, and those teams with all that tradition and successful tradition, always seem to get the nod on us, and rightfully so. So we're new bloods, and you guys going to stick with us being new bloods for a long time.
All right. You are prepared then. You just mentioned Miami. We were talking about a couple other teams, Wake Forest. We know what Steve Forbes has done from a roster standpoint. I know he's fortified kind of his group as well. You're prepared, though, for this thing to go. When it went to 20 games, I think we were touching base the other night. When it went 20 games, everybody knew it was going to be wild, and it's been wild. Even in the COVID year, it was crazy, right?
No doubt about that. You remember Georgia Tech? they won the tournament, and I think we lost to them twice. And so this the league. And I said a long time ago when we added just a few teams, that just like in the Big East, the teams, the rich tradition of our league will raise up the level of the teams coming in. Regardless, I know the fact that we've been in the ACC has given us a chance to be relevant now from a national standpoint. That probably would have been much more difficult had we stayed independent or stayed in the Metro. The fact that the ACC just reached down and grabbed Florida State and drug us along during some lean years, and now they've helped us get to the point where we're a lot more competitive.
All right, you're still undefeated, so I can ask you this question. This is Coach K's last year. From a personal standpoint, what has it meant to you, to college basketball? Regarding Mike Krzyzewski.
Well, the fact that he's been so gracious with his time, his effort, and whenever he speaks, he's the old TV commercial when E.F. Hutton speaks, everybody listens. Well, he when he spoke about our program, he's always complimentary, and one of the very few guys who gave us recognition when we really needed some recognition as we were building our program. But more than anything else, a guy who has sacrificed that much for the good of college basketball. I mean, this guy has given up his time with all the committees, all the running, the organizational part. That takes a lot of your time to be that vested in basketball. And then when you take into consideration that he took his time to go and work on the Olympics and change the system and earn their respect and then have a lot of success. I don't know if I could have done that. I mean, because I have all I can say grace over. I feel like I'm busy as I can be, and this guy has been working on NABC committees, NCAA committees. He's worked in Olympics, and then he's been an icon, the winningest basketball coach in the history of college basketball. That is just tremendous, and we're gonna miss him very much.
Wow, that's well said. This time of year, how are you? I mean, is it still? I mean, we talk about how long you've been doing this. It seems like you still got that vibe. You still always kind of excited about it. Does it go back to like year one, even when you're down the road a little bit on coaching?
Well, I tell you what, fellas, if I don't come out of the locker room and accidentally go sit on the wrong bench and start trying to coach the other team's team, y'all gonna be stuck with me for a while. Even if I forget the names on the jerseys, I'll say number 15. Hey, you go in and get number 6, okay? But hey, y'all stuck with me for a while, Chief. Hey, and look at my players say we're new bloods and we're not going anywhere. Well, I'm Coach Ham and I'm not going anywhere. Okay, I guarantee you that. Hey, I'm here as long as I can. Don't start talking that retirement stuff to me.
I'm not. I didn't say anything about retirement. Did I say anything?
I don't fish. I don't hunt. I don't play golf. Hey, I love what I do. Y'all stuck with me, so you might as well get ready, okay?
Well, just promise. That's all I'm going to ask you. Just promise, because we love watching you. We love having you on the show.
Well, listen, the only problem I got is I've ruptured my Achilles, and I'm walking like a flat tire. I'm still not quite by there yet. I've been wobbling like a duck, and I gotta get go in the weight room and strengthen up some other parts of my body. I'm still struggling a little bit because I was trying to hurry up and get to the NCAA tournament and stepped off the bus, and the bus hadn't been lowered. I've been struggling a little bit, but you know what? I'll use a scooter, crutches, whatever y'all need. But I'm here to stay as long as I can stay here. As long as I can be on the Packer and Durham show, at least once in a while. That's what I live for.
I knew this was coming back to co-hosting.
I'm all for
I know.
it.
I mean, all you got to do, I mean, you know where Gastonia is. It's only 20 more minutes up the road here. So come on. I mean, just let us know. You can have a seat in here. I'll give you a chair on a Friday if you need it.
Hey, Coach, we'll give you the handicap parking spot back here, so you don't have to go very far.
Hey, listen, y'all need to talk. Y'all need to give my hometown Gastonia this rightful name. We call it the Gas House.
Okay,
Gastonia stuff. Yeah. Then that's more affectionate. It's a little warmer recognition.
Hey, I remember giving you the key to the city that night
Yeah.
as the MC, so you don't have to tell me about it. I remember that night.
Hey, great to see you. Be well, okay? Look forward to seeing your team.
Thank you very much, fellas, and always enjoy being on the show.